lots of questions about whether right now is the best time to buy a home or not. And is it the worst time to buy a home in Tampa? Well, we're going to get at that right now. Hey everybody, I'm Emily. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Florida, and I live in the Tampa-St. Pete area. And this channel is dedicated to all things living, working, playing, sleeping, eating, and this nutty real estate market we are all struggling to get through. And if that resonates with you, you know what to do. Please click that notification button, subscribe button first, then the notification bell. That really helps me out a lot. And if you're looking to relocate to the Tampa-St. Pete area, I'm your girl, but I can't help you if you don't reach out to me. So all of my links are below. Go ahead and either text me, email me, or you can jump on my calendar for a 30-minute consultation and we can make a plan for your relocation goals. So today I really wanted to jump into this topic that keeps coming up: is now the worst time to buy a house in Tampa? And so let's dive in a little bit to that. Well, we all saw nationwide, and in particularly in the Tampa market, the housing prices and the housing market itself really accelerated in 2021, and it took us a while to kind of recover, and we're still sort of recovering from that. But the numbers were at an all-time high for new homes completed, and there have obviously been an increase in interest rates, and they just seem to be increasing. So what does that mean? The median home price in the U.S. was $310,000, and it is now increased to $416,000 for a single family home in the past year. So that's a 34% increase just nationwide. So the housing market in Tampa has seen its own increase, and the numbers are just off the charts. The problem is housing affordability. Housing affordability, according to NARS in the US, has decreased. Affordability declined in November of 2021 as the median family income rose 4.7%, while the monthly mortgage payments increased 19.4%. And that was with a 2 to 3% interest rate in 2021. So we can only imagine what that's going to mean when we, wash out the numbers for 2022. So let's talk about new construction. Everybody wants a brand new home. I get that question all day, every day. And it always makes me cringe just a little bit, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never had a positive experience with new construction since 2019. COVID did a number on the new construction housing market. It created so many delays, not only labor delays, but supply delays, which just created a ripple effect that we are still feeling now in 2022. I'll tell you what's going on right now with my current client that we've been trying to close on for the past 13 months. They are building a beautiful 4-bedroom, 2-bath home in Waimama on a half an acre. And we have had problem over problem. And you know where the problems lie? Mainly with the labor, mainly with supply problems. Not to mention, the jobs have been sloppy, painting over doorknobs and holes in the wall where the electrical was being done, but yet they didn't patch up the hole. You name it. There was, as my client said to me over email, he said, when we finally did a letter to the VP of the builder to complain, he said, "Emily, I omitted about 100 different photos. I had to narrow it down because I had to decide and pick and choose my battle here." Not to mention, because of the delays that they've been having, they had a rate lock. Well, that rate lock expires about 10 days before they're set to close, which means they're gonna have to pay down their rate. So what happens now with these delays and the labor shortage? Lumber prices are still up. Also, labor rates are up. So the builders are struggling to deliver a fully built home that's properly built. So they're putting all of their trust in the hands of these workers, and if you, being the buyer, are not here looking and watching them build your home, you're gonna walk in on closing day and go, what the heck just happened? So again, a real estate agent can help be your advocate when you're not here. Luckily, these clients that I have, they've been, especially these past couple of months, they've been able to go kind of view the property and along with their plans and go, nope, you didn't do that, nope, you didn't do that. Let me tell you, the builder's charging them for all the things that they had said they wanted in this home that were extra that they paid for. Now they're having to pay for again because they didn't put them in the first time. Crazy. How are they allowed to do this? So you might have a fantasy about getting a new construction home. I have not yet seen a smooth transaction of my clients getting exactly what they paid for. Not to mention the interest rates are going up, so that's changing their payment. So you have to be really wary of going into a new construction if you have 9 to maybe 16 months, truthfully, to have a new construction home built for you. You really have to monitor them right now because they are just not building things like they used to, sadly. So you can't trust them. Not to mention, what happens is you put a deposit down on a piece of land and then you start talking design and then you put a deposit down for the design. And then you go along and hopefully they start doing things in a timely manner. And if you're lucky, you're probably got something going on around 9 months. You start to see the fruits of your labor or the fruits of their labor, really. But what happens with your lender? So the lender cannot lock that rate in until about anywhere from 90, 60, 30 days out from closing. But what we're coming into is they locked a rate at 90 days with my clients that I just mentioned. But it's expiring. So what do you do? And because our interest rates are fluctuating, it is a really vital time to understand when you get into a new construction home, there's a price, but then that price can change, and especially if your interest rates change. So you really need to do the math with your lender of different scenarios. What can I actually afford if the interest rate rises to this? What can I afford if the interest rate stays right here? Where am I? Right? You need to have that plan. It's kind of scary. I'm not going to mention. It's a very risky investment, in my opinion, at this point. So let's talk about, normal resale, single-family homes. So the average single-family home in the Tampa Bay area has increased 30% in the last 2 years. We have off-the-chart demands. We have 1 month of inventory if we're lucky. Now we're seeing maybe 2 months of inventory. So we are seeing the pace slowing down a little bit in the past couple of months, and people are starting to freak out because it's now slowing down a little bit. So what does that mean? Well, it just means that we're starting to figure out if we're going to start feeling more of a balanced market, which is really the goal. By midsummer, we start to see inventory lasting a little bit longer on the market, and prices were decreasing a little bit. We're starting to see a little bit of the deceleration that we've been talking about. But that's mainly because houses were being priced too high for the quality of the home. People were deciding, hey, I might as well put my house on the market and see what I can get for it, but deciding not to do any upgrades or any sort of redesign of the home to make it more attractive for the price that they wanted the home for. So now we're starting to see that being pulled back a little bit. We're seeing the ability for buyers to negotiate a little bit. We're seeing houses stay on the market a little bit longer. And again, we're seeing a little bit more of an influx of inventory. Not to mention right now, August and September, it really slows down for us here in Florida in the housing market due to the fact that kids are going back to school, summer is over. Also, it is hotter than Hades here. It's our hottest months are August and September, and it's hurricane season. So it makes it pretty difficult if you're trying to look at houses or view houses or even move into houses. And normally people are trying to get their kids into school before school season starts, school year starts. And so really August, September, it slows down a little bit. But don't forget, October starts to get cooler outside, the rain starts to subside, and we're back to a hot market. And usually we get revved up right before the holidays. And into the spring, it stays pretty busy. So is it still a buying frenzy here in the Tampa Bay area? Yes. We are now having so much growth, not only in our housing market, but in our commercial market. We're seeing tons of things popping up like the Water Street district over on Channel Side. Also, luxury condos that are being built along downtown Tampa as well as downtown St. Pete, and luxury condos going up along Bayshore Boulevard. I just saw that the other day. Tons of condos going up there. And also, don't forget about Midtown Tampa, which is really becoming an interesting place to go have dinner. Normally it was just like these little shops, and it's really been cool. We have our Whole Foods there, a lot of wonderful restaurants. It's wonderful kind of apartment living and office spaces. It's really, again, becoming a central figure in the Tampa Bay area for live, work, and play. But if the housing market continues to slow, if interest rates continue to go up, and if housing prices and affordability continue to be a problem, then yes, we will potentially see the housing prices decline in the Tampa Bay area. But no one should be wishing for a crash, and we don't foresee a crash. What we're all looking for right now is a balanced market. But what we are currently seeing is a deacceleration, which is going to help us get to that goal of more of a balanced market. Also, we are not seeing Tampa getting off of anybody's radar anytime soon. It's still a wonderful place to live. People are still discovering us, especially in states like California and Washington State. People are coming here and going, oh yeah, affordable housing, no state income tax, and 95% of the time we've got amazing weather. So it's still a wonderful place to live and raise a family, and you can still be right there below the national average. So it's still a very attractive place to relocate to if you're looking to save a buck. And I just think Tampa's been undervalued for a really long time, and people are starting to figure us out. And that's what's creating this big buzz, and it's shifting things. And it's really hard for people that have lived here for 10 and 20 years to understand that now, guess what? We're gonna get hit with inflation. We were really struggling when our gas prices increased over the summer, and now they've come back down to normal levels, which helped. But we are still seeing, and I'm feeling it too, as well as everybody else I'm talking to, the increase in our grocery bill, and certain things like our utility bill went up recently, and they're talking about them doing another increase. And honestly, my housekeeper raised her rates. Same thing. We're all feeling it a little bit. But again, I have to say, I think that, is it the worst time to buy a home in Tampa? You have to figure that out for yourself. I don't think it's all sunshine and rainbows here. I think you have to really figure out if it's the right time for you based on your budget and your needs, and the timing just has to work. I work with a lot of clients that are spread out with their timelines. Some are waiting to retire, some are waiting for kids to go to college, some are waiting to see what happens with the market. I think if you're waiting to see what happens in the market, you need to be careful playing that game, because our interest rates have obviously gone up 2 to 3%. You don't want to be caught if they go up another 2 to 3%. So if now's the right time and you're ready to rock and roll, let's get going. But I can't help you if you don't reach out to me, you guys. So I'd love to be your advocate when you're looking to relocate to the Tampa area. So please reach out to me and let's get a conversation going. And as always, I really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell if you liked this content and you're enjoying my channel. It really helps me out a lot. And as always, I appreciate you tuning in and checking things out here on my channel, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.